It's official. Johnny Somali's world is collapsing faster than anyone could have predicted, and the most devastating blow isn't coming from Korean authorities or angry citizens. It's coming from the people he trusted most. His own inner circle is systematically destroying him from the inside out. What started as leaked Discord messages has exploded into a full-scale betrayal that's making prosecutors' jobs easier by the day. We're talking about nuclear-level evidence being handed over by people who once called themselves his allies. The same friends who took his money, supported his chaos, and helped plan his escape routes are now the ones ensuring he'll never see freedom again. This isn't just about one streamer's downfall anymore. This is about a complete systematic destruction orchestrated by the very people who were supposed to have his back. Sources close to the situation are calling it unprecedented in the world of online controversy. When your own team starts working against you, that's not just betrayal, that's a death sentence. And here's the most shocking part. Johnny has no idea how deep this goes. While he's planning desperate escape routes through international waters, his so-called friends are already 3 steps ahead, making sure every move he makes gets reported directly to authorities. Let's rewind a bit, because understanding how we got here makes this betrayal even more devastating. Johnny Somali built his entire operation on a foundation of loyal supporters who believed in his chaotic vision. These weren't just random followers. These were people who invested real money, real time, and real reputation into keeping his controversial streams alive. The inner circle was tight. We're talking about a core group of maybe 6 to 8 people who had access to everything. His Discord servers, his financial transactions, his travel plans, even his most private conversations about escaping legal consequences. These people weren't just fans, they were co-conspirators who helped orchestrate some of his most outrageous stunts. But here's where the fairy tale starts cracking. Money talks, and when it stops flowing, loyalty dies fast. According to sources familiar with the group dynamics, Johnny's financial situation became desperate months ago. The same people who were getting paid to support his content suddenly found themselves funding his lifestyle instead of profiting from it. Hank Yu was just the beginning. While everyone focused on that public fallout, something much darker was happening behind the scenes. Multiple sources confirmed that at least 3 other major financial backers had been quietly pulling their support, demanding repayment of loans, and growing increasingly frustrated with Johnny's reckless behavior. The breaking point came when they realized the truth. Johnny wasn't just broke, he was using their money to fund increasingly dangerous stunts that put everyone at legal risk. One insider described the moment of realization as watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion. They weren't just losing money, they were potentially facing criminal charges as accessories to his actions. That's when the revenge plot began. It wasn't spontaneous anger or hurt feelings. According to people close to the situation, this was a calculated, systematic plan to ensure Johnny faced maximum consequences while they protected themselves from legal fallout. They started documenting everything, saving every conversation, and building a case that would make prosecutors' jobs effortless. The most chilling part? Johnny kept trusting them even as they were actively working to destroy him. He continued sharing his escape plans, his legal strategies, even his most vulnerable moments, all while they were recording everything and preparing to hand it over to authorities. But here's where it gets even darker than anyone imagined. The leaked Discord messages aren't just random conversations. They're a carefully curated collection designed to maximize legal damage. Sources close to the investigation reveal that Johnny's former allies didn't just passively collect evidence. They actively encouraged him to incriminate himself while recording every word. Legal Mindset's revelations were just the tip of the iceberg. What the public saw were sanitized versions of conversations that allegedly contained far more damaging admissions. According to insiders familiar with the full Discord logs, Johnny made statements that could add decades to his potential sentence if prosecutors used them effectively. The most explosive detail? One of his closest confidants allegedly spent months building a comprehensive dossier that includes not just chat logs, but financial records, travel documents, and even video evidence of planning sessions for his most controversial stunts. This wasn't just betrayal, it was industrial-level intelligence gathering conducted by someone Johnny considered family. Don't trust anyone. Keep everything in here, log it all, Johnny wrote in one of the leaked messages. The irony is devastating. While he was warning others about security, the person logging everything was sitting right there in the chat, documenting his every word for future use against him. But that's not even the most shocking part. Sources claim that at least 2 people in his inner circle have been in direct communication with Korean authorities for months. Not just providing information when asked, actively reaching out with updates on Johnny's plans, his mental state, and his potential escape routes. The betrayal goes deeper than anyone realized. According to people familiar with the situation, one of his most trusted allies allegedly encouraged Johnny's most self-destructive behavior specifically to create more evidence. When Johnny talked about fleeing to international waters, this person didn't try to talk him out of it. They helped him research boat rentals while simultaneously tipping off authorities about his plans. The psychological warfare is unprecedented. These people didn't just abandon Johnny when things got tough, they actively participated in his destruction while maintaining the facade of friendship. Every piece of advice they gave him, every plan they helped him develop, was allegedly designed to make his legal situation worse while protecting their own interests. And Johnny still has no idea which of his remaining friends are working against him. Then came the nuclear moment that changed everything. New harassment videos started surfacing at the exact moment Johnny needed them buried forever. This wasn't coincidence. Sources close to the situation confirmed that his own people are strategically releasing old footage to ensure maximum legal impact during his upcoming trial. The bus harassment video that's going viral again? According to insiders, that footage was deliberately leaked by someone in Johnny's inner circle who had been sitting on it for months. The timing isn't random, it's calculated to coincide with Korean authorities' call for additional victims to come forward. Obviously, somebody was added to this group who perhaps leaked the information, Legal Mindset pointed out, but the reality is even more sinister. It wasn't someone new who was added, it was someone who had been there all along playing the long game. Word on the street is that the betrayal network is bigger than anyone imagined. Sources familiar with the Discord servers claim that at least 4 different people have been systematically documenting Johnny's activities, creating what one insider described as the most comprehensive self-incrimination file in internet history. The convenience store harassment footage that just dropped? That wasn't discovered by random internet detectives. It was released by someone who had access to Johnny's personal archives. The same person who helped him edit content for months allegedly kept copies of everything, including the footage Johnny thought was safely deleted. But here's the most devastating revelation. People close to the investigation claim that Johnny's escape plan through international waters was never secret. His inner circle allegedly fed every detail directly to authorities while pretending to help him research boat rentals and maritime law. The psychological manipulation is unprecedented. According to sources familiar with the group dynamics, Johnny's former allies didn't just betray him. They actively encouraged his most self-destructive impulses while documenting everything for legal purposes. When he talked about streaming his escape attempt, they didn't discourage him. They helped him plan it while ensuring authorities would be waiting. If you're finding this as shocking as we are, make sure to hype this video and give it points. This story is exploding across social media, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. The evidence we're uncovering gets more devastating by the hour. The most chilling detail? Sources claim that Johnny's remaining loyal friends are still actively working against him, feeding information to prosecutors while maintaining the pretense of support. This isn't just about Johnny Somali anymore. What we're witnessing is a complete breakdown of trust in the controversial streaming world, and the implications are catastrophic for anyone who operates in similar spaces. The precedent being set here is unprecedented. Your own inner circle can become your prosecutor's most valuable asset. The ripple effects are already spreading through the industry. Sources close to other controversial streamers report massive paranoia about who can be trusted. Group chats are being purged, financial arrangements are being restructured, and longtime partnerships are dissolving overnight as creators realize how vulnerable they are to insider betrayal. Legal experts are calling this a game changer. The level of self-incrimination evidence being provided by Johnny's former allies is unlike anything prosecutors have seen before. One source familiar with the case described it as having the defendant's entire criminal conspiracy handed to you on a silver platter by his co-conspirators. The international implications are staggering. Korean authorities are reportedly sharing this intelligence gathering model with other countries dealing with disruptive foreign streamers. What started as one betrayal in Seoul could become the blueprint for prosecuting controversial content creators worldwide. But the cultural impact goes even deeper. The internet detective phenomenon that emerged around Johnny's case has evolved into something more sophisticated. Online communities are now systematically archiving controversial content and building cases against creators they disapprove of, using Johnny's downfall as a roadmap. The trust economy of controversial streaming is collapsing. Sources close to multiple creators report that financial backers are demanding unprecedented transparency and control over content decisions. The days of creators operating with complete autonomy while others fund their chaos are officially over. The psychological warfare aspect is being studied by experts. The level of manipulation Johnny's inner circle employed, encouraging self-destructive behavior while documenting it for legal use, represents a new form of digital age betrayal that could reshape how online communities operate. Most significantly, this case is proving that controversial streamers' biggest threat isn't authorities or angry citizens, it's the people closest to them. The same individuals who profit from chaos are often the first to abandon ship when consequences arrive, and they're taking everything with them. The message being sent to the industry is clear. Loyalty is dead, documentation is everything, and your friends are your biggest liability. So what happens next? With Johnny's trial approaching and his own inner circle actively working to ensure his conviction, the outcome seems inevitable. But sources close to the situation hint that the betrayals aren't over yet. Word on the street is that more evidence is coming. People familiar with the Discord servers claim that the most damaging conversations haven't been released yet. Johnny's former allies are allegedly holding back their most explosive material for maximum impact during the trial proceedings. The escape plan through international waters? Sources confirm that authorities have been tracking every detail thanks to insider information. If Johnny actually attempts his desperate boat scheme, he'll be sailing directly into a trap set by his own friends. But here's the most chilling possibility. What if Johnny isn't the only target? Some insiders suggest that his former allies are building cases against each other as well, creating a web of mutual destruction that could take down the entire network. The question everyone's asking, how many other controversial creators are sitting on similar time bombs? Because if Johnny's downfall taught us anything, it's that your biggest enemy might be sitting right next to you, logging everything you say. This story is far from over, and the next revelation could change everything.